Hello everybody, this is Godzilla, and today we're going to be looking at guns on the T32, the Tier 8 American heavy tank. As you can see, it comes automatically equipped for, well, the top gun actually is the 105mm gun. A lot of people find that the penetration on this is somewhat lacking. It does 320 average damage, but only 198 pen. The dispersion isn't that great either, or the shell velocity. So in order to combat that, what I've seen a lot of people do is swap the 105 out for the 90mm, which is the lower tier gun. But to combat the lack of damage and lack of pen, fire APCR. And you can see the damage goes down, but the accuracy goes up, the shell velocity goes up significantly, but yeah, you're going to pay a lot for these shells. They're 4,400 credits each. So enough of what I would believe one famous YouTuber describes as theory crafting. Should we go and have a look at some games? I think I've got a couple of games where we can see what it feels like to fire these guns. So I've cut straight in. This is the first game on Corellia using the 105. I see I've got into what I thought at the time was quite an advanced hull down position, but you can see the slow shell velocity and feeling of this gun and accuracy as I'm firing it from at least a sort of medium to long distances. I managed to get a pen on that Jag Tiger as he moved away from me and turned his side, but yeah, this is not a great position to be firing this gun. I'm hull down, which is all very well and good, but the gun is just not working for me. This is sort of the big disadvantage of the 105. So I'm aiming, trying to get overmatch on the roof, but it's just not happening. Yeah, the accuracy isn't good enough. And the shell speed just feels really sluggish and slow. I think, yeah, watching this replay again, I thought I was in an advanced position, but I'm clearly not. I should be much further forward now, trying to get shots, and also denying their T34-3 the chance to put shots into my friends up in front of me. So I am moving further forward now to try and get some more shots in. Moving. So you can see there's a T34-3 hiding up behind that bit, sniping, base camping like a. But again, yeah, this is where this gun is not effective. Yeah, I cannot get shots onto his hull because I've just not got the accuracy. Yeah. Trying to side scrape against him, but maybe I should just be charging him and finishing these guys off and being more aggressive. That's not the point of this video, my poor gameplay. The point of this video is how does this gun handle, and you got to say at this sort of range the handling is poor. The accuracy is poor, the penetration is poor. So I think we go a bit further forward, try and get some more shots in. I know he's there because he's spotting me every time I move forward. He's just waiting for me to pull my hull into position to shoot me. So this, I'm trying to snipe the VK's cupola, but I've got no chance of hitting that. I might have if it was close up. Those other two guys did a much better job than me. See, this, I've got shots into his hull, or I almost did, but it's just not going to work. So let's go on to the next video. So that's like an example of where that gun behaves poorly. Now this game is again with the 105, and it's Mountain Pass. I've told the team where we're going. We're all going to J2. You know, I've read my map guide. That's where you got to go and win the game. Nobody's driven into me yet. I don't know how many people with numbers in their names there are and stuff like that, but yeah, they seem to have got the message and they're all going that way. So it's a bit early game rush. You don't want to get spotted and shot crossing here, but it's also very easy to get fixated on shooting across as well and not move around. So the T29 just about now gets shot, so he must have got spotted, whereas I didn't. I guess having a good crew helps with that. So here we go. CDC takes a pot shot. I mean, I'll take a slap shot back at him. I've got no chance of hitting that really. I just wanted to let him know I could see him and I was going to shoot. Again, his shooting is really poor, but I'm just going to charge them. I'm top tier heavy, and it's only meds in front of me. Yeah, when it comes to a brawl, unless they swarm me, which they probably won't do with all my friends behind me, they're going to be in trouble. So this is the ranges at which this 90mm gun seems to work well. Yeah, I can auto aim now if I want, but I didn't. And I get a shot into the back of that CDC as he tries to run away. And now I got another shot. Yeah, it's this sort of short distances where the 105 and the alpha that it hits with actually works. And I feel quite a lot down to shell velocity, so we can get another shot into that Stromwagen, whatever it is. So at that distance, you know, the lack of accuracy doesn't matter. So we won this flank. I'm not going to charge into hidden guns. There's a Scorpion that's missing and stuff like that. But I do notice that there's 2 tanks about to go into our base. I think there's a Challenger and is it a Sturemil, something like that. And they've pushed down the ice road, so I can get back and kill them now. I'll see if I can finish off this VK as I'm coming right through and see if there's shots into the middle. But I know that I need to go back at some point. So this VK's just killed our 5100. So there we go. So that distance I can't miss. And against that target I can't not pen. You know, it's different. If that was an IS-3, I would have probably have bounced off the side of his diamond armor. But let's see if this Ravioli wants to cross the bridge. He does want to cross the bridge. So this is quite a much more difficult shot, but it's still, yeah, still going to go in, and it's still you know, soft enough target for the Pentamanor. So now I got to get back to base. There's obviously someone in there, so I knew I was heading back that way anyway. But my team are contriving to drive into guns and die, so I don't know. I'm not wondering whether maybe I should have assisted with the push. Maybe I would have done more good with a drive-by on that VK. So the Panther 2 now has side shots at me. I should take at least one hit from him, but he missed by a mile. And there's the Challenger, who's obsessed with shooting our Borsig from those things. He doesn't even notice me as I'm driving into the side of him. But yeah, this sort of flat out brawl is just where the gun is good. So now I've got to find whatever's in our base. As I recall, he's climbing the hill, probably looking for Artie, which is already dead. But yeah, I didn't manage to track him. I think I might have tracked him and he repaired, but yeah, if I'd have tracked him, he might not have been able to turn around and give me damage. Again, I tried to get close to face hug him so that he would only shoot my turret. And now I appear to be pretty much the last tank alive, apart from our Borsig, who's getting owned. And we can see if, you know, I'm trying to get Hull down here, but I probably should be pushed up a bit more. But you know, 3 or 4 tanks, 5 tanks are coming. I don't really fancy my chances much in this match. But yeah, we're talking about the gun, and these sort of medium to close distances it's fine, and these targets it's fine. Like a CDC, if you can't pen that. So I'm getting the reload. I was thinking about pulling around the corner again. Maybe I should have done that. What we got now? Tiger 2 again. Pens a Tiger 2 easy. Then there's the Ravioli. Oh, he's desperate for me. He knows I've fired. I over-angled and he was able to pen me at the back. But again, Ravioli, no problem penning that. No problem shooting that from that distance, even with auto aim. Artie's pulled up there. Everybody's here, so. Again, maybe I should have thought about pulling back around the corner and yeah, making them overextend before coming. But yeah, Panther 2, no problem penning that. Tiger 2, oh, they're just going to rush me now, so... Well, the Tiger managed to bounce, the other two didn't. So I'm going to, yeah, face hug the Tiger, but yeah, it's all over. But you can see that how the 105mm gun is effective at that sort of distances, which is fine. So this match I'm playing with the 90mm, and it's a what we got? Is it a tier 9 match? Not sure. And again, I'm just to test the principle. I'm firing APCR. Now, for me, the big this is a distance where actually the 105 will probably be equally as effective. But what is different about this gun with the APCR is the shell velocity, and you can see that as I take these snapshots. It's much more like yeah, when you fire a tier 10 medium. So yeah, straight for the turret on the T32 100. Would the 105 gone through? Probably, but maybe not. And certainly the snap, he might have got away from it because of the shell velocity. So there we go again. So I tried for the cupola, but that's bounced. And now there's an IS-3 behind me. Now this is, yeah, a test of the gun. I think I clicked the map there, but you can see it. So I've got an IS-3 side on, and I've penned him. Now I know, yeah, side on tanks, but it's an IS-3. They've got ridiculous Sovietanium strips, and you know, I'm sure if I'd have found the much more rubbery feeling 105 at that would have been sucked into the Sovietanium strips or down into the tracks or up into the turret because of the accuracy. So I think we can see one of the advantages of the 90mm firing APCR with this here. I like where our T55 isn't doing anything. It's always very useful. Yeah, and again, this is a game we're losing. But yeah, the penetration shot on the IS-3 is one thing that makes that 90mm gun more useful. So yeah, I'm not doing anything here. I'm not shooting anybody. I'm trying to see if our tank destroyers behind me can be of use. But clearly they're not. But again, another nice snap, and it just went straight in because of the shell velocity. So there's the IS-3 again. Yeah, that was just badly aimed. I'm trying to get some element of hull down against him here. But I've not penned him there, I was just tracked him, but I can aim more carefully now. Go straight for the front sprocket, and the accuracy is so good. But yeah, even though I thought I'd gone for the front sprocket, he still managed to pull away. So yeah, there we go. 90mm versus the IS-3, much better. Now we're completely doomed. So what I'm going to try and do is face hug this waffle, just to see if I can get some more damage. And no, I do not need to be firing APCR here. It's only because we're testing the APCR mechanic that I'm doing it, not because I'm a complete noob and forgot to switch. I could be switching to HE here, but yeah, there are tanks behind me now. And that's the end of that game. Sniped by an IS-6. So this is I think it's the last replay we got here. I might have another one actually. But this is a tier 10 game. And again, I'm using the 90mm. Again, the 105 would have penned and hit that, not a problem. But the reload's still not quick enough for me to get the second shot off against the CDC as he crosses as well. You know, basically the problem here is that our heavies haven't pushed round the corner. They stayed too far back, which means that we've lost the tactical situation. And there's a tier 9, a pattern come up to me. Again, with the I've got a feeling the 105 might have missed that shot, just because the gun's so much wobblier feeling. But yeah, on this map, basically you need to try and get round the corner to get the heavies to cross and get to the bigger rock in front of them. If they stay too far back, it becomes a very defensive situation, and you're starting to lose the initiative. Yeah, what I don't understand is that we've got 2 RT here, and all these tanks are in positions where RT can shoot them. Clearly are in positions where RT can shoot them, and they haven't hit one of them. I don't know if they're just aiming the other way or they're just bad or unlucky. But yeah, the 90 does. It's a nicer feel on the gun, on the 90mm. But there are things that, like the alpha being so much less, I'm not scaring this 1390 off much really. I'm not doing too much damage. Averaging about 240 to 250, whereas the 105 is supposed to do 320. Well, it rarely does. So yeah, I'm in a tight corner. Yeah, everybody's let me down again, but I'm fighting as hard as I can. I'm getting snapshots in where I can, and again, shell velocity. I said it before. That's like the big advantage for me. You know, penetration accuracy. Yeah, that's good. That's better, but the shell velocity. But then you think, well, maybe I should just fire APCR with the 105 as well. Yeah, so I'm doing my best here, but I'm completely done over here. Yeah, I think it's what, 6-7 tanks against me now. RT-55, I think, or was it an RB-140? I can't remember now. It was pretty much useless. So I'm bugging out, and that's it. Yeah, there's nothing else I can do. I've managed to get away with some health, but yeah, that's game over really. Alright, so there was one more game, and again, this is the 90mm, and we're on Windstorm, or Shitstorm as I like to call it, because I don't like it. And in this match, I'm playing with the 90mm, and all in all, I wish I had the 105, because it's so close range. You're in a city map, brawling heavies. I'm not sniping and doing things like that. I'm in a big mess. Yeah, if I'd have done more damage to that bulldog there, he'd be less than a one shot from me now. Unfortunately, our IS-3 turns around and kills him. And again, I'm not fighting IS-3s, so I don't need the pen. It's only when I start to fight those sort of tanks that you need the pen. So yeah, drive into Bulldog. I need to get over there and try to fight, but yeah, a surprise Patriot appears behind me, late to the party, so forward is quite often the best way. But yeah, I could have done much more damage with the 105 in this match, because even though the reload's quicker, it doesn't matter, because you're in a situation where it's peekaboo. It's poke out, shoot something, poke back in. So I'm trying to make sure I don't get shot by other things, but it's such a horrible mess of a brawl that you want more alpha. It doesn't matter that I've got really fast shell velocity and high penetration. I'm shooting a tiger in the side. I could have killed him with the 105 there. As it is, I've got to take the second shot, and he's ready for me now, and I have to exchange. I think the CDC tags me from behind here, even though he's got tanks directly in front of him. Yeah, there we go. I think that's about it. So, in conclusion, which is better? Well, I can tell you what, you lose a load of credits for an APCR with the 90. I lost like 50,000 credits in a couple of the matches where I fired a lot, and especially, you know, not being selective as well. All in all, it's horses for courses, but I think I would continue to play the tank with the 105 and maybe fire the odd piece of APCR with the 105, just because there's more situations where it's used. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. My conclusion is, if you want to lose loads of money, fire the 90mm with gold.